Hey, English learners, welcome back to the English Podcast, your go-to place to learn easy English through real-life conversations. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Luke, and honestly, I almost didn't make it here today.
Luke, you say that every single episode.
Because it is true every single episode, Sophia. I had 3 alarms set and I still woke up feeling like a wet sock.
A wet sock. That is a new one. Okay, listeners, wherever you are right now, whether you are on the bus, washing the dishes, lying in bed with your phone 2 centimeters from your face, we are so glad you are here.
Yep, maybe you are on your lunch break, sneaking in a little English practice while your boss is not looking. Zero judgment from us.
Zero judgment. Actually, that is perfect. Because today, everything we talk about is about dropping the judgment on yourself, on your morning, on your English. It is all good here.
Preach, Sophia, preach.
Before we dive in, let me just say something important. Today is a B1 level episode. That means the vocabulary is not too advanced, the sentences are not too long, and we are going to talk like real people, not like a textbook.
Thank goodness I hate textbooks. They always make it sound like everyone drinks tea and discusses the weather in complete sentences.
Ha, exactly. So here is what I want you to do right now, just relax. You do not need to understand every single word. That is okay. Seriously, that is okay. Just follow the story, follow the feeling, and let the English wash over you.
And if you miss something, no stress. You can always come back and listen a second time, or a third, or honestly, 17 times like I do with Spanish podcasts.
17 is a very specific number, Luke.
I have no shame.
We love that about you. Okay, the point is your English is already good enough to be here. You found us. You pressed play. That is not nothing. That is something real.
Okay, real quick, if you have not subscribed yet, please do. It is free, it takes 2 seconds, and it genuinely helps us make more episodes like this one.
Yes, and hit the like button too. Every like tells us that you are enjoying this and that we should keep going. It means more than you know.
Okay, and here is our question for today. We want you to leave a comment answering this, just 1 sentence, no pressure.
What is one thing that makes your mornings hard? Maybe it is getting out of bed. Maybe it is feeling anxious before work. Maybe it is just the silence being too loud.
Mine is the alarm. The alarm is my villain origin story every day.
Ha, drop your answer in the comments. We read every single one. And if you stay until the end of this episode, you are going to get our Calm Word Tour, a slow, cozy breakdown of the best expressions we use today. It is designed to make these words stick in your memory forever. So do not go anywhere.
Seriously, the Calm Word Tour is the best part. I'm a little biased, but I'm right. So, Sophia, I have to confess something.
Is that oh?
I made a huge mistake yesterday, like a cringe level want to disappear into the floor mistake.
Wait, hold that thought. Actually, hold that thought. Because I want to tell him my story first, and then yours will make total sense. Is that okay?
Fine, but I need people to know it was bad.
We know, Luke. Okay. So, fear of speaking. This is something almost every English learner tells me about. That feeling before you open your mouth, where your brain just completely freezes up.
Oh, I know that feeling. I know it personally.
And the thing is, it is not a language problem. It is a fear problem. Your English can be perfectly fine and you still freeze up. Because in that moment, your brain is not thinking about grammar. It is thinking, what if I sound stupid? What if they judge me? What if I get it wrong?
Yes, exactly. It is like your body goes into full panic mode over a sentence.
Exactly. And here is what I want to say to anyone listening who knows this feeling. Maybe you are nodding right now. You are not broken. This is just fear. And fear can be worked with.
Okay, but how though? Because I have tried just telling myself be brave, and let me tell you, it does absolutely nothing.
Right, be brave is terrible advice. What actually works is something smaller. Instead of trying to power through the fear all at once, you just take one small step. You say one sentence, one word, even, and you let that be enough.
Power through, I like that. So instead of waiting until the fear disappears, which, spoiler, it never fully disappears, you just go anyway.
Exactly, you power through it, because honestly, the fear is loudest before you speak. Once you say the first word, something shifts. The brain goes, "Oh, we survived. Okay, carry on."
That is actually really accurate. Okay, my story. Yesterday I was at the coffee shop. I ordered in Spanish. I'm learning Spanish and I completely froze up. And I just stared at the barista like a fish, a very confused fish. And I could feel myself start to freak out internally. Like my brain went, say the word, just say the word. But the word was just gone.
So no, and then what happened?
Then the barista, absolute legend, just smiled and said it for me, and I wanted to dissolve.
Luke, that is so human. That is a so human. And here is the thing, you still went in, you still tried. That is not failure. That is practice.
I mean, when you say it like that, it sounds almost admirable.
It is, and maybe you listening right now know this exact feeling ordering food, talking to a colleague, asking for directions. That freeze, that's not your fault. It is just your nervous system doing too much at once. You learn to brush it off, stand up, and try again. Okay, let's talk about mornings. Because mornings and fear of speaking are actually really connected. The way you start your day has a massive impact on how wound up or how calm you feel.
I feel personally attacked right now.
Why?
Because my morning routine is, look, I'm going to describe it, and I need you to not judge me.
No judgment zone.
Okay, alarm goes off at 7. I press snooze. Alarm goes off at 7:10. I press snooze again. 7:20, I have a brief argument with myself. 7:30, I finally get up in a complete panic. I skip breakfast, I chug water like I'm in a desert survival show, and then I leave 10 minutes late and I am stressed for the rest of the morning.
Hey, Luke.
I know.
Okay, I am not here to make you feel bad. But what you are describing is a routine that starts with stress, and then that stress just follows you everywhere. You are already wound up before the day has even started.
Wound up, that is a good phrase, like a spring that's been twisted too tight.
Exactly. And when you are already wound up, everything feels harder, including speaking, including thinking in English, including being patient with yourself.
So what does your morning look like?
Honestly, it took me years to get here. I used to be a lot like you. But now, I give myself what I call a 5-minute buffer before I even touch my phone. I just sit, maybe drink water slowly. Sometimes I just look out the window.
That sounds actually kind of wonderful, and also I would never do it.
Ha, but here is the thing, you do not have to do it perfectly. Even 2 minutes of not rushing can change the whole tone of your morning. Your nervous system gets a moment to settle down instead of launching straight into panic mode.
And that helps with the fear of speaking too.
100%. When you are calm, you speak better. When you are wound up, you freeze up. The body and the brain are connected, you know.
Okay, I am going to try the 2-minute window. I'm not promising the 5 baby steps.
Baby steps are everything. And if you, listening right now, also have a chaotic morning routine, hi, welcome, you are in good company. You do not need to fix everything at once. Just pick one tiny thing. Even drinking a glass of water before your phone, that is a win.
Okay, can we talk about stress? Because I feel like everything we've been saying is connected to this. The fear, the mourning, all of it, it comes back to being stressed.
Yes, and stress is something that everyone experiences, right? It is not a sign that you are weak or that something is wrong with you. It is just your body and your brain saying, hey, there is a lot happening right now.
My stress tells me that every single day, loudly.
And the problem is, we have been taught that the right response to stress is just push through it, ignore it, just keep going. But that does not actually work.
No, it does not. I have been pushing through stress for 3 years, and somehow I am more stressed than when I started.
Because stress that gets ignored does not disappear. It just piles up. And then one day you have a full-on meltdown over something tiny, like you cannot find your keys, and suddenly you are sitting on the floor crying.
And that has happened to me, not with the keys specifically, but yeah, I burnt out completely last year. Like I hit a wall. I was completely worn out, exhausted in every possible way.
Can I ask, what did that feel like?
Like empties, like I had used up everything and there was nothing left. I could not even get excited about things I normally love. I just felt flat.
That is burnout. And it is real, and it is serious, and it is also, and this is important, it is not a failure. It is what happens when we do not give ourselves permission to rest.
The word permission is interesting. Like I had to be told it was okay to rest.
A lot of people do. Because the world tells us to be productive all the time, to hustle, to keep going, and rest gets treated like something you have to earn, but it is not. Rest is not a reward, it is a need.
Okay, so practically, what do you do when you are stressed like right now in the moment?
A few things. First, I try to name it. Just say to myself, I am stressed right now. Not I am a mess. Not I can't handle this. Just I am stressed. That small thing takes some of the power away from it.
Naming it, yeah, that is like the opposite of pretending it is not there.
Exactly. Second, I take a breath. Not a magic fix, but genuinely slows the nervous system down. And third, I ask myself, is there one small thing I can let go of right now? Not everything, just one thing.
Let go of, like mentally put it down.
Yes, because when we are stressed, we tend to pick up everything at once, every problem, every worry, every what if, and we carry it all. But you can put some things down. They will still be there if you need them. But your hands get a bit lighter.
Okay, I love that image. My hands get lighter, yeah.
And for English learners especially, I just want to say this, learning a language when you are already stressed is genuinely hard. Your brain is not at its best. And sometimes the best thing you can do for your English is take care of yourself first. The English will come. It always comes with time.
I needed to hear that today. I think some people listening needed that too.
If your brain does this, if you carry the stress, if you overthink, if you freeze up when you speak, do not go anywhere. We have got you. And everything we talked about today comes down to one thing: be a little bit gentler with yourself. Okay, it is time. The moment you stayed for.
The calm word tour, I love this part.
We are going to slow everything down now. This is your moment to really absorb these words. For each one, we will say it, explain it simply, give you examples, and then we want you to say it out loud. Say it with us.
Yes, speaking it is how it sticks. Even if you are alone, even if you feel a bit silly, say it. That is the whole point. Power through. Definition is continue doing something difficult without stopping, even when it is hard or you do not want to. I was terrified to speak, but I took a breath and powered through it. She was exhausted, but she powered through the presentation. Repeat out loud, power through, say it slowly, power through. Freeze up. Definition is suddenly stop being able to think or speak, usually because of nerves or stress. I completely froze up when the teacher asked me a question. He always freezes up in interviews even when he knows the answers. Repeat out loud, freeze up, and say it slowly, freeze up. Freak out. Definition is feel or show extreme panic or anxiety about something. I freaked out when I realized I had forgotten my passport. Don't freak out, we still have time to fix this. Repeat out loud, freak out, and say it slowly, freak out. Brush it off. Definition is treat something as unimportant and not let it bother you, to move on quickly. She made a mistake in her speech, but she brushed it off and kept going. He used to take every criticism personally. Now he's learning to brush it off. Repeat out loud, brush it off, and say it slowly, brush it off. Wound up. Definition is feeling very tense, anxious, or stressed like a spring that has been tightened too much. I was so wound up before my job interview that I couldn't sleep. Why are you so wound up? Take a deep breath. Repeat out loud, wound up, say it slowly, wound up. Burnout or burnt out. Definition is become completely exhausted from too much work or stress over a long time. She worked 16-hour days for months and eventually burnt out. I can see you are burning out. You need to rest, not push harder. Repeat out loud, burn out or burnt out. Say it slowly, burn out or burnt out. Let go of. Definition is stop holding onto something physically or emotionally, to release a worry, feeling, or problem. I am trying to let go of the fear of making mistakes in English. You need to let go of that argument. It was 2 years ago. Repeat out loud, let go of, say it slowly, let go of. Hit a wall. Definition is suddenly reach a point where you cannot continue in energy, progress, or motivation. I was studying every day and then I hit a wall. Nothing was going in. After 3 months of overtime, he hit a wall and needed a week off. Repeat out loud, hit a wall, say it slowly, hit a wall.
Beautiful. You just learned 8 powerful expressions. And if you heard them in the conversation earlier, that was on purpose. We repeat them so they feel natural by the time we define them.
That is the move. That is the whole English Leap method right there.
Okay, before we go, homework. And it is the softest homework you have ever been given.
Write one sentence in the comments, just one. Use one of the words from the COM word tour, any of them.
It could be something real. Maybe you hit a wall this week, or you froze up in a meeting, or you are trying to brush something off. Just one honest sentence. That is it.
If you are feeling brave, and remember, brave just means going even when you are scared, you can even write it in English and in your own language, whatever feels right.
You are not being graded. There is no wrong answer. Your English is already good enough to be here. And you have been here this whole episode. That matters.
Genuinely, thank you for spending this time with us. Even if you were half asleep or washing up or sitting on a bus, we felt you here.
We will be back soon with another episode. Until then, be kind to yourself, especially in the morning.
Especially in the morning, I am working on it.
We both are. This is Sophia and this is Luke, and you have been listening to the English podcast. Bye.